Hello and welcome. I am Draxus527, GMing this campaign in a world setting I have created using an RPG system I have also created. The goal for the Traveler's Tome RPG is that it will soon be released for everyone to play and enjoy for themselves. In the meantime, this wonderful group of gamers and content creators is helping me playtest the system. So far, the group has been playing for 12 sessions, during which they have explored some of the Orcish home continent of 5th Mughal, had run-ins with the vampire mafia known as the Stellar Court, and have been learning of the powers and the dangers of ley magic. They have access to a source of this potent energy in the form of a blue crystal they have found. It seems our heroes are on a collision course with destiny, though what that exactly is has yet to be discovered. Will they come together to conquer their individual challenges, or will the fates cause them to falter under the pressure? Whether they realize it or not, they need each other to survive. However, they may just as easily get in each other's way. Join us as we explore the world of Allocke and unravel the mystery of this group of adventurers' journey. Last session, after learning from Dalen that the Stallard Court was trying to get a relic from Curtis Gray in an effort to secure some kind of weapon that will enable them to operate on levels of unprecedented power, you set off into the desert to seek out the druids who might know something about the corruption seeding into the sands. Heads swimming with threads to follow and things to accomplish, you found yourselves wandering the wastes without much progress being made. Surviving an encounter with a herd of rushing sand grazers, you eventually stumbled upon a cave opening that led to a series of connected underground caverns. It didn't take long before the group was set upon by a brigade of Spirehearth goblins, the clan that is the home of one of our resident players. After some discussion, the group agreed to cooperate and assist the brigade in their supposed revolution against their clan leadership. The goblins now lead you down to where their city lies, deep beneath the surface of the desert. Massive metropolis of goblin industry, where they plan to put you through some sort of ritual that will bind you in contract to their cause. And so, we head down to the caverns.
Oh
The
shit!
Spirehearth city.
He ugly.
You guys,
I think
having been up on the ledge overlooking this massive 5 to 6 mile wide cavern with the sprawling organization of Metropolis' city of tribal looking buildings assembled with stone and bone, spikes protruding from various places, completely unnecessary but looks very intimidating. The goblins that have basically ambushed you and have kind of surrounded your group and forcefully persuaded you to go along with them. You followed them down a series of winding tunnels until you reach the very, very outskirts of the metropolis itself. And as you arrive kind of at this opening entrance cavern, you can see that just the full scale. This city is probably comparable in size to Taklavat on the overworld.
Jesus fuck!
But in this immediate area, it seems that you're kind of like in the back alleys. There are very few goblins in the surrounding areas beyond the ones that are currently escorting you. And as you move along, a couple of the goblin shamans that are part of the group that had led you down here pull out these kind of like sensors with this little incense that they have in it, and they light it and it begins to burn, and they allow it to kind of catch and begin to smoke as you guys progress through these alleyways. They're swinging these sensors back and forth, kind of just letting the smoke disperse in and amongst all of you guys and kind of across the street as you go forwards.
I'm just gonna kind of mumble to myself. This better be that good kush, man.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting that you say that. Taz, I'm going to need you to make an intellect check for me.
Oh no.
Okay.
He said it is that good.
That's a pass.
That's a pass?
Yes.
So, that's probably a weak hit, though, right? That's not half of your score? That's not half of your score.
No. No,
Okay.
that's not half my score.
So, you realize that whatever is being used here, the goblin shamans will burn incense for various purposes. You know that most of them have some sort of magical essence to them, some sort of effect that they will have. But you've never seen this kind, so you're not exactly sure what it is doing or why they are burning it. But for some reason, it's just kind of like wafting between all of you and all across the area that you're walking through.
Okay.
And the lead goblin, the one who interrogated you, Graticus, and Luna, back up at the ledge, all the goblins have been entirely silent, and the only thing that you guys have heard from them this entire trip is just the rattling of the bones on the lead goblin's staff as he paces forward and each step clatters them against the floor. Just this repetitive jingling of the bones on his staff.
Is there like no talking whatsoever?
Yeah, they're not speaking to each other. They're not speaking to you. They've just been dead silent this entire past 15 minutes of walking.
Creepy.
Odd.
Strange.
Isn't it?
Maybe
weird?
you gonna throw a synonym in there?
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Awkward.
I'll look at the party and be like, God, it feels like we're walking to our death. What the hell?
As you guys go along, you begin to kind of reach some intersections of these alleyways, but everywhere you look, there's almost like no one else around, even though... So you figure that the majority of the population must be concentrated at the center, but even though there's like buildings and stuff like that, either they're unoccupied or the residents are just, hidden away inside somewhere. There's almost no windows to any of these buildings either. It's just solid rock and bone, kind of just stacked and arranged semi-haphazardly in their, their own creative construction. And the more that you walk along, you begin to realize that you find yourself kind of snapping your attention straight forward every time you start to take a look to the sides of your path and trying to see what's going on around. Just you're kind of instinctively begin to look forward again, almost like against your will.
That's the odd.
Can I make an intellect check? Oh wait, never mind. You already told me I didn't know what exactly it was used for. Never mind.
Yep.
Ah, dang.
I don't even know what to do with that information, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing I even can do because the little bit that I do know about it doesn't help. I mean, obviously I could tell everyone it's magical, but
one of those
That-
things
that-
we've probably already deduced on our own.
At this point, yeah.
As you guys continue walking forwards, you realize that you are being guided into another tunnel system. This one kind of... You guys are like headed down this alleyway, you turned right down a corner. At the end of the alleyway is basically the solid cliff wall, kind of just below where you were 15 or 20 minutes ago, except 500, 600 feet straight down. And you enter into this tunnel, and it splits off into more tunnels, and they lead you down a certain path. And then it splits off even more, and they lead you down a certain path. And as you keep going along, the deeper you go, the harder it is, you find, to take in your surroundings because your attention is being perpetually drawn straight forward. Almost to the point where you can't even like turn your eyes to look at the walls to either side of you.
Can I start like shuffling my feet to attempt to like create like a drag line behind me just in case I need to know where I'm going?
Okay. Go ahead and make an agility check for me.
Yeah, that fails horribly.
Unfortunately, as you go along, you try to like kind of drag your feet in a certain way or a certain pattern, but even that seems hard to do because you realize as you're kind of going along, not only is it hard to direct your attention anywhere from straight forward, but it's hard to even deviate from the rhythmic movement of just simply walking forwards, as the pattern of the swinging of the sensors, the rattle of the bones, it all just kind of creates this sort of atmosphere of just almost like being suspended in what do they call that, where you're kind of like where you're in a chamber floating in water.
Sensory chamber?
Yes, sensory deprivation. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the Gobbo is leading us to our death, and our Gobbo has helped them.
Well, you don't know that for certain yet. But whatever they're doing, it simply seems to be putting you into a state of just complacency and just plodding along, just following straight until you reach whatever destination you have set before you.
Is there any way that I can, say, magically sense the deprivation or the magic that's kind of taking a hold of us? Can I sense it on, like, my personal being or anybody around us?
I'd say make a willpower check.
Oh, that one's not too bad. Why? Anyways, keep walking, I guess.
Guess that's a fail. Yeah,
That was a fail.
You're trying, as you kind of try to reach out with your magical sense, even doing that, it feels like you're reaching out into just empty space. You can't, like, normally you would be able to kind of like ping your compatriots and the magical stuff that they carry with them and that sort of thing, just to like feel the sense that, okay, there is like sources of magic nearby.
Uh-huh.
Even that feels suppressed in this moment.
So they're fucking roofing us. Got it.
Smoking that good.
Some hazing going on here.
Fucking drugging the shit out of us.
Eventually, you all finally crest into a wide open hallway. From what little you're able to really glean from your surroundings, you see these massive stone pillars on either side lining for 100, 200 feet. And at the end of this corridor is a large set of double doors. And you do take notice of a couple of goblins there standing guard. They each carry a torch in one hand and have a very wicked-looking blade where the steel kind of comes out of the hilt, curves to one direction, and then suddenly juts in the other direction and does that zigzag pattern 3 or 4 times. So it's basically a metal lightning bolt with barbs at each intersection.
Good God!
They're
Well, I
starting
know
to
where they're
gather.
getting all
These
their.
guys are going to fuck us up.
I know where they're getting all their bones from. Goddamn.
Yeah, you're starting to realize just the kind of more savage nature that the goblin kind take living here down in the realms below, as it's called. Eventually reach the doors after what feels like a lot longer time than it should have been. And the shaman kind of makes a certain gesture and bows to one knee and then rattles his staff in a certain way that causes the guards to suddenly kind of snap to attention and open the doors for him. And the group leads you through. Inside, there is a massive complex of these kind of huts that are just stacked around in this round stone chamber, and also huts stacked on top of those huts in basically just kind of like pyramid, almost like apartment complex kind of looking thing. And there are goblins just running every which way around in here. And they like get out of your guys' way as the shaman just kind of like keeps going with his rhythmic rattling of the staff. And you guys just keep on, just basically all you can really look at is the dead center small of his back at this point. And you are just following through here as you curve around this massive structure to another set of double doors that is set atop a stone staircase leading up about 50 or so feet. At
Welcome
this
in,
stair-
Jay.
Yes, I made it.
Hey,
Come
glad you
come
could join
enjoy-
us.
Come enjoy being roofied with us, because that's currently what's going on.
Oh God, not
Basically,
again.
Right.
I gotta go through this again.
You're currently being escorted by the goblin druids, or shamans, that kind of captured you at the end of last session. Captured, quote unquote.
Right?
At the top of these 50-foot stone stairs, this other set of doors is much smaller than the original set, and there is a very strange kind of circular lock in between the two doors, and you watch as the goblin...
Allocke.
What?
I just said it's Allocke.
Oh God.
That's about as much of an intellectual statement as you'll get out of Taz in this state.
Oh, God.
The shaman sets his hand on the door in the center of that circular lock, and you watch as a series of runes light up around his hand, and the doors swing inwards open. Inside here, you see a huge crowd of 50 to 75 goblins, just kind of all like muttering and chanting and just screaming at each other, essentially. And at the very center of the room, you guys see this massive goblin throne.
Oh boy.
Fucking sweet.
Sitting in the
It's not
throne,
pork.
he's kind of not exactly sitting on the throne, but he's kind of sitting on the floor in front of like this panel in the center where it's in like at the goblin's waist, the stone goblin. You see this shaman sitting cross-legged, and he has all sorts of bone piercings through his lips and his teeth and his ears and his eyebrows, and he has this staff with what looks like a sand grazer skull basically attached to the top of it, and there are several bones dangling from leather straps underneath. And all of these goblins continue their chatter and screaming as you guys enter the room. And after having it being so quiet this entire time, this whole just entering this chamber just feel like a wash of just overstimulation for you in this state, as you're just like completely taken aback and you're almost having to be like pushed forward. But no one's pushing you forward, it's your own body pushing you forward. You step into this room and you stand basically at the feet of this throne, and you look up the 5 or so steps at the shaman sitting cross-legged with his eyes closed. What's up, Arethalis?
Sorry I'm so late.
No worries. We're just getting started. So you guys find yourselves now in the middle of this renegade band of goblins throne room, essentially. And the goblin who has led you up to this point turns to you, rattles his staff a little more, and then slams it down onto the ground, and the entire chamber falls silent.
My boy got some clout.
Behold the leader of our renegade clan. And he rattles his staff, and you hear like rattling of other staves that other goblins have throughout the room, as there's kind of like you hear these drums of leather skin being beaten slowly, and then they start to increase in their tone and their volume as they suddenly all the rattling suddenly stops, and the goblin who's sitting cross-legged at the throne, his eyes open. And his eyes, you see, are not regular eyes. But rather, instead of eyeballs, he essentially has these 2 floating orbs of red glowing flame set into his skull.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
That's
all right
fucking-
then.
It's a demon.
I am
It's too
only
early
a
for the
demon
big
if
bad.
that is what you make of me.
All right, he confirmed it. You guys all heard that.
I'm assuming we have all our senses back now, finally.
Your vision clears a little bit. You can look around slightly, but you find that you can't actually turn your heads beyond the point where you can see anything except the throne, which is massive. You still feel that kind of just like haziness and this fuzziness of your brain as you're standing before this guy.
And what was its name?
No one told you his name.
Oh, fuck. I thought he did.
Nope.
It's the
You just
drugs.
know he is the leader of this renegade band of goblins.
Well, then I'm going to look at him and ask him, and who shall you be?
I am known as the Under Ember. That is all you need to know.
Watch out, guys. He's
My
got a
question
fire
for
down
you.
below.
Who might you be?
You won't receive my name unless you let my party have free will of their own body.
Does she speak for the lot of you?
I guess.
At this moment,
At
yes.
this moment, yes.
Not much of a choice here.
Jeez, guys.
Y'all bunch of cowards.
That's probably going to be the worst decision I ever made. I'll let you guys say that.
Hey. It is what it is. They made their choice. So the goblin looks across all of you and says, "Very well. I am told that you are to make a bargain with us. That we scratch your back, you scratch ours. However, we are not familiar with you people. We don't know your history, your abilities, your motives.
I'm just gonna like cut him off really quick and just be like, "Did you say something about a back scratch? I could really go for a back scratch right now. I got this itch like right here, and I'm gonna
It's like-
spin in a circle."
So you try to spin in a circle and your body just is like not moving. You can't even like
Hasn't
You
even
turn,
released this yet.
you turn like 10 degrees and you're just like, oh man, that was so much work. But you do like there's this small goblin that kind of like just rushes over from behind you and you feel this scratching like kind of like the mid-low section of your back off to the left a little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Then it scampers away.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So, if you aren't quite yet ready to let us know who you are, then why don't we all find out together? And then all of the rattling of the staves around the room begins to start up again, and the drums start to get pounded one more time with a little bit of a faster beat this time. And he kind of slams his staff on the ground, and then everything falls silent again. You will undergo the ritual of the Spire Hearth, where we find the true intentions of these strangers.
Oh boy.
Shit.
The drums and the rattling of the bones begins to repeat in this cadence that just kind of fills the entire chamber. And the room simultaneously feels like it's 1,000 miles wide and half a foot small at the same time. And the goblins with the sensors begin to kind of like dance little circles, swinging the sensors back and forth all around you. Suddenly you realize that you are sitting cross-legged on the ground in front of the goblin throne. And your vision starts to go foggy.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Trap.
Really, they're really roofing us, apparently.
Is there anything that you guys want to try to do before the ritual takes place?
Is there
Nah.
anything we even can do?
Can I reach out to, like... I don't want to say that! God! Can I first attempt to feel and figure out, like, magically what it is that's getting ready to put us under? so that maybe I can like buck back on it?
Sure. Go ahead and make a magic check.
That is a beautiful pass.
That's a strong
That
hit,
is.
isn't it?
That is a strong hit, actually.
Nice.
Okay. So you are trying to like sort through your mind. You're just like, what is even happening right now? It's like you know that something is happening to you, but you can't even like. It's been so subtly and slowly increasing in its intensity that you haven't even been able to really like recognize just how much of an impact it's having on your current psyche until you reach really deep within yourself and try to center yourself in the magical power that's channeling through you. And you find a kind of inner balance where you're able to maintain a certain level of consciousness while also subjecting yourself to whatever trance that this ritual is putting you into. So you're basically in kind of like an elven trance where you'll be taking a long rest, but you're technically still aware of your surroundings as well.
So basically, everybody's getting ready to fall into this trance that they don't realize that they're getting ready to fall under, but I know.
Yes,
Got it.
that is correct. So
And I'm
you
gonna
know, he's
get-
like, oh, that's what this is. Okay.
Is there any way that, like, I can inform the party that we're being put under a trance, and they need to stay aware of themselves?
Go ahead and make a body saving throw for me.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
Holy shit! I passed that.
Whoa! That's pretty good.
Wow!
Is the curse
So-
finally over?
I fucking hope so, Jay.
So basically, right before you fall under, you're able to get out the words, "You guys, this is going to be a trance. Just keep your wits about you," essentially, is what you say. But then your vision goes dark, which is unusual for a trance-like state, where you'd be aware of yourself. But you can still hear and feel the vibrations and the sounds of the room. You can sense the goblins dancing in circles around you, swinging the censers, and the bum 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 tsh, bum 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 tsh, as you guys fall into this lull of this dream. Mallorin,
Yes.
you find yourself in the foyer of your home. Your brother faces away from you, looking out the front door. It's just you and him, though you can hear the distant echoes of other voices calling. What do you do?
I call out his name. I forgot what his name was. Oh, one second. Let me look.
I believe it was Caliburn.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So you
Sounds
call
right.
out, you say, Caliburn. And he turns to look at you. And he smiles. Here's your little brother.
How's it going? I've been looking for you. Are we young again? Or...
He kind of laughs to himself, and he walks up to you, puts his hand on your shoulder, says, I know I've been away a lot, but things will return to the old days. It'll be just like the old days when we go riding across the desert. For now, though, there's something I need to take care of.
And what might that be? Is it something I can help you with?
You know, that would mean the world to me. But unfortunately, this is a little out of your wheelhouse. Got myself into a little bitten off more than I could chew. But I'm gonna make it right. And once I do, I'll be back.
What do you mean bitten off more than you can chew?
Suddenly a shadowy hand reaches over your brother's shoulder. In the blink of an eye, he is snatched up by a being made of smoke, and it whisks him away. I need you to make an agility check.
Oh, fuck. Do-do-do-do-do.
Now, real quick, Jiraxis, just out of curiosity, all of the trances that we're going to be put into, they're individual, correct?
Only Mallorin is seeing this at this moment, correct?
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yep.
So that's a horrific fail.
Ah, man. Okay.
That brother is long gone.
You reach out to try and grasp after him. He was so close, he was right there. And then he was taken. But then, just as quickly as you miss with that grasp, suddenly you are yanked forwards and upwards and out. And you are sailing through the air until suddenly you are kind of held suspended among the clouds. And you look and you see that demonic smile looking down on you. Well, well, well. No matter how hard I try, I can't quite seem to get away from you, can I?
Wait, who is that to?
Mallorin.
Wow.
Who are you?
Let me show you who I am. And he grabs you and he throws you down towards the ground. And you go plummeting at terminal velocity until you impact into a wooden floor. And then you look up and see... Sorry?
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, you don't take any damage. Or you don't lose any momentum, anything like that. It doesn't even hurt. You're just on the ground all of a sudden on a wooden floor. And you look up to see this room with arched windows on either wall and a set of double wooden doors in between. And the shadow being of smoke stands looking down on you. Luna.
Yes.
You stand at the end of a long hallway,
Oh, fuck.
lit by candles along the walls.
I'm gonna step
Set
away
of
from it. I'll
wooden-
be right back.
Okay. A set of wooden double doors at the end. You immediately recognize where you are, and your blood starts to pulse as boom, boom. You call your father against your will. The door comes closer. Boom, boom. The candles blow out, the sound of wind. Boom, boom. The door keeps coming closer. You're fighting with all your might not to get near it, to run, but you are paralyzed. Boom, boom. The door is right there. The noise from the other side, that terrible sound within your brain, drowning out everything. And then silence. You look up to see that the door is open. A shadowy figure of smoke turns to look at you. Mallorin, you watch as the creature of smoke lunges for Luna in the open doorway and carries her off down the hall screaming in its arms.
Oh, shit.
What do you do?
Get up and chase after them.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make an endurance check.
Oh, that's also not good.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you go tearing off down the hall. But this thing is just so fast. It's tearing off away. Luna's screaming. She's being carried away, almost just like your brother. And you just feel that sensation of missing it, just so close again. Then all of a sudden from behind you, you're grabbed by the back of the scruff of your neck as you are pulled up into the air yet again. You and Luna are both being carried through the sky, and the three of you go flying higher than eagles. The wind swirls in powerful torrents past your faces as you see you are flying towards a vast desert. Draco.
Oh, he
Going
stepped
back
away.
yet?
Hold on. Hold on. He's coming.
Okay.
Give him like
I'm
2
back.
seconds. There he is.
Wow, not even 2 seconds. It's your turn.
Oh yeah, I get to go on a magic carpet ride.
Oh, yeah. So you're standing in the middle of the forest. Scar is standing next to you, looking at Vaughn, who is tending to a patch of land. Everything is lush and green around you, except this small patch on the ground where the soil seems like dust and the roots like withered tendrils. What do you do?
I guess I reach down to the withered tendrils and try to see if I can help them grow.
Go ahead and make a willpower check.
That passes.
So you reach down, kind of sift through the dust, and grab a hold of some of these roots, and you just channel your own natural essence into them to try and spring them to life. The energy dissipates and flows through the roots, but you don't get a response. You recognize immediately that this is the same kind of behavior of the Deadlands. Vaughn kind of walks up next to you and puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm going to need greater than magics than that to accomplish what you're trying to do."
And I'm going to ask Vaughn where I should seek better magic.
He kind of grabs your hand and pulls you to your feet. He starts leading you off down a forest trail. You remember that time when you were still quite young? We went on a trip to the desert.
The desert druids?
Indeed, the very same.
The ones that showed me how to find them? With the trick with the sand?
That's right.
I need to
No.
go speak to the desert druids.
That is the place you must go. Do you remember, though, that not only must you keep your eye on where the sand is leading, but also you must know where the yellow moon is in relation to that?
Okay.
The Deadlands are a serious threat. If too much of Allocke is corrupted like this, there could be cataclysmic repercussions.
I must save the Deadlands. Or revitalize the Deadlands.
Indeed. And that is what
Vaughn.
the World Speaker must do.
Do you think that was my purpose, Vaughn?
I think you have great potential. I think you are the best of us currently that has the best chance of reaching that power.
Do I
I've
have the
seen the
best chance
future.
because I'm the one that's seeking it, or do I have the best chance because it's an implanted memory or implanted intuition into me?
I have seen your natural abilities, yes. But beyond that, I've had a glimpse of just the raw magical capabilities within you. You're one of the fastest learning of all the students that I have trained over the years. I do remember that whatever power you gain to do what is right, you could also have the capability of causing more harm than good.
Gotcha.
He kind of grabs your shoulder again and turns you to look at him and says, "You must remember, every decision has its consequences." Vaughn and the forest slowly begin to dissolve into grains of sand, and they all disappear on the wind until you are standing in the middle of the barren wastes. You try to focus and steady yourself in this new terrain. I'm gonna need you to make another willpower check.
That passes.
The wind begins to blow past you at an incredible force, and you're almost knocked over by the sheer impact of it. It's suddenly coming out of nowhere. The sand begins to swirl around you, and it gets in your eyes, and you're getting disoriented. But in the middle of the chaos, you close your eyes and you center yourself. And then, as opposed to being buffeted by the winds and the sand, you begin to find the rhythm of the flow. You go along with it, you go into it, you go along with it. Your concentration is suddenly interrupted by a feeling of dread. You open your eyes to see a dark cloud roiling over the horizon. You watch as a storm brews bigger and bigger as it races across the sky towards you. And you notice on the ground, some force is turning the sand of the desert to ash. Transformation happens in a wave and it rushes in your direction faster and faster. And then there's a flash of light. And a glowing blue crystal appears on the ground in front of you. The wave of corruption rushes up to it and then stops, as if the crystal is holding back the change somehow. You step forward to investigate, and you see a goblin peek around it from the other side. Radicus. Don't know if you're able to participate, but this part's for you. You've been wandering around the desert for days. No food, no water. You can barely think, barely even breathe. It has been an eternity since you've seen anything except the shifting, rolling sand. Till finally, something begins to come into focus. You don't know what it is, but you head towards it. As you continue forwards, you fall into a state of unconsciousness. And you wake up in a factory that seems to span for miles in every direction. So many machines and wonders whirring and buzzing all around. And you sit up to find yourself sitting on a workbench with the most advanced set of tools and materials you have ever seen. You begin to tinker and build and design and plan and construct as you work so hard and diligently to build something that will make everyone's lives better. Eventually, you look up to see all of your dream projects and ideas completed, sitting just outside the factory in the sand. You slowly approach in awe of your own imagination. But then something changes. Lightning flashes in the sky as you draw near, and you look down and see black veins creeping into the ground, sprouting from the machines you have made. You feel yourself getting sick as you find you can no longer stand to be in the presence of these things that once shone in glory, and now appear to leech shadow and decay. You scramble back and forth trying to turn them off to stop the disease, but there's no stopping it. You look up at the top of the mound of inventions and see the blue crystal, glowing and pulsing. You feel it, you know it in your soul, that that crystal is the only thing that will stop this. You reach out your hand and reach with all your might, but whatever you do, it is just out of reach. Then you feel yourself being pushed forward, and you look down to see Leon holding you up. Leon,
Yes.
you are used to wandering. It is all you've known for most of your life. Traveling between missions, and then once those were gone, just aimless. You've been hunting for something that will allow you some measure of vengeance. Something that you could fight with. But every time you get close, something happens. You lose yourself, and when you awake, you find you're back at square one. Then as you walk across the desert, the ghost dragon appears. And I need you to make a mind saving throw.
Right. Mind.
Wow.
Oh boy. Nope.
All right. Well,
my mind is gone.
suddenly you get these visions, these blue ethereal images just flashing through your mind. People that you don't know, places you've never been to, things you've never done. All of these things, just random events just flashing through at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then suddenly you look up and you see Balthazar standing above you as you're kneeling in the sand.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Well, I feel like I want to ask Balthazar what's going on here.
He looks down at you and says, I'm not sure how, but it seems that our fates have become more intertwined than I can even manage. It's almost as if I am permanently tethered to you somehow.
Great. I have a persona now. This is fantastic. Well,
I have a
since we are tied together, get ready for the long haul because you're gonna see a whole bunch of fighting and bloodshed for the rest of your days.
He kind of laughs and
You're so
helps you
brutal.
to your feet. He says, normally I only prefer engaging in combat where it seems like it's a fair fight. But I get the feeling that we're going to have to do some things that might not necessarily be the most fair.
Well, in my line of work, Fair doesn't really exist. You gotta do what you gotta do, or you're dead. Plain and simple.
Well, you have your own mission, and somehow it lines up with mine. So let's go. You and the ghost walk in tandem for the rest of your journey. You wander and you wait. You wander and you wait, searching without ever finding. Until finally, you notice a flash out of the corner of your eye. You see a glowing blue spear protruding from the chest of a dead demon. Beyond the spear, you can see dark armies rising up out of the sand. The glow of the weapon calls to you. It means something, but you're not sure what. You see potential there, a power untold. Strength of a god, the power to rid yourself of the curse of whatever this spirit that follows you everywhere you go is. Power to do what you were always meant to do. You stride towards the spear in long, purposeful steps. But as you get closer and closer, the ground beneath your feet begins to freeze. Ice coats the area and you're slipping as you make your way across. Eventually you'll fall, still several yards from the spear. The armies of darkness coming closer. You look to find the source of the frost, and you see Taz's back turned towards you. Hey, Taz.
Yes,
Hmm,
sir.
I thought it was Elsa.
Elsa wishes.
Right? She wishes she could be as
Ah.
cool as you.
Boo.
Sorry, excuse my dad jokes. Uncertainty has always been a close companion for most of your journey, since that day, since the encounter with the Shard. The uncertainty of these new powers seem to be manifesting themselves within you, sometimes almost unbidden. The uncertainty of your own safety as you are forced to flee your home and search for a new place of rest. The uncertainty of that new place, with new people, bringing with them new dangers. You want to reach out across the sand to help them. Make a soul saving throw if you'd be so kind.
Oof.
Ouch. Yeah, that's a no.
You reach out and ice spreads out across the sand, covering everything for miles. You redirect it up into the sky, but it just creates this massive arch of ice above you, and it impacts on the sand on the opposite side. You feel this power welling up inside of you, and it feels like this is about to burst out of you. Then suddenly you steady yourself and you can see Brodicus, Draco, and Leon standing around a blue crystal lying on the ground between them. Still reeling from the sudden wave of power that washed through you, you're suddenly brought balance as the shard within you synchronizes with the crystal on the ground. For the first time in a long time, you experience stability, and you almost feel comfortable with your own power. You have a sense of certainty that this crystal will help you focus your energy, and you have to protect what you have found in this group, from the world, maybe sometimes from themselves. A shadow begins to loom over the crystal, however, and you look up to see Luna standing there. Mallorin just behind her, also looking down at it. What do you do?
Everybody freeze.
Oh no! Unfreeze me, please.
We all need the blue crystal. Let's just figure out who needs it the most here. When you all realize that person is me, you can hand it over.
Luna, how do you respond?
I'm just going to kind of look over them and just kind of tell them, whoever ends up with it, just know I won't be far behind.
Taz, you watch as suddenly Luna's face changes and her eyes become shrouded in shadowy smoke. She begins to reach her hand out towards the crystal, and it slowly dissolves into a claw of black smoke. Luna, you see the crystal on the ground, and suddenly the shadowy figure is standing next to you again, and it grabs your wrist tightly. Can't say why, but suddenly the crystal is reminding you very vividly of a dagger. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm reaching for it. The shadow grabs my wrist. And the crystal then all of a sudden...
You did not see yourself reaching for the crystal. Only Taz saw that. To you, the being of smoke suddenly reappeared, grabbed your wrist, and is starting to yank you towards it.
I don't believe in sharing.
Okay. Okay, so I want to look at the shadow and ask, why do you want it, and what are you?
Why do I want it? Why does anyone want it? Power. And as for me, don't you recognize me? And then its head solidifies, and you recognize the shadowy form of the way your patron appeared to you at the very first, all those years ago. And he kind of grabs tighter and grabs you by the front of your shirt and yanks you up close to his face. He says, "Give me that crystal." What do you do?
I'm gonna ask him what I get out of it.
You get to go on the ride with me. The world will change at our fingertips.
It doesn't sound like a pleasant ride to me. I'm going to physically try to fight back.
Shadows begin to wrap around you, and you feel like you're about to go into that catatonic state where he takes over again. And the only thing left, you see that glowing blue light. You just reach out and grab it, and you begin to thrust the crystal up into the midsection of this dark being. Mallorin.
Yes.
You watch as the being that drug you and Luna here suddenly picks up the crystal that was on the ground and begins to raise it up as if to strike Luna down with it. Luna, you don't see that. This is just for Mallorin. What do you do, Mallorin?
Can I get in between them and attack him somehow?
What the fuck?
Or...
Go ahead and make a faith check for me.
Something I'm finally good at. It's best.
You begin to dive in between, and you summon all of the divine power from within you to try and create this shield that's blocking Luna as the crystal begins to descend straight towards her heart. Oh man, you around, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
You've been at a distance from everything ever since the ambush. That mission that was supposed to be a simple upset turned terribly wrong. Distance is good for a ranger, but even more so for a ranger in grieving. Whether you admit it to yourself or not, you've tried to put as much distance between yourself and the world as you could until you could reconcile the loss that you've experienced. In the midst of this, you've suddenly been brought up close and personal with stark reality once again. You've been pulled into this situation that continues to spiral deeper and deeper, and you're wondering if there will ever be a time where you can return to that distance to finish that thread of finding closure. You step back from it all and see this new group all standing in the middle of the desert. A bright blue glow emanating from the midst of them. A voice calls out to you, a voice that you recognize. Onan. It's the voice of your comrade who fell that fateful night, coming from the blue glow. What do you do?
I'm gonna ask him what he's doing here.
I'm trying to reach out to you. I know what happened that night. I know who did this to us. But I can't reach you.
I'm gonna move towards the glowing light, asking him to give me the name.
The voice begins to fade with the last words that it says, but the light beckons to you. If you could just get close enough, you might be able to reach them. Even though they are beyond and you know that you are here, the light could be your gate. You all stand in a ring surrounding the gem, which continues to glow and pulse, now beginning to hum with a low energy. Each of you begin reaching for it for your own reasons, for the power that lies within. Well, Nan, I'm going to need you to make a spirit saving throw.
Alright. So that's 2d10s, right?
Yeah.
Yep, 2d10s, and you want lower.
Fail.
Well, damn.
All right. As you step towards it, you hear the voice of your comrade saying, I can't reach. And as you stretch your hand out towards it, you feel like your very soul is being dragged away from the crystal as you try to reach out to it to connect, to get to them. And as each of you reach, there is some kind of force, a barrier that holds you back from it. And you lean in and push through, and the harder you push, the heavier the force that keeps you away. Graticus, you begin to feel Leon pull you back just as quickly as he had started pushing you forwards, as if he's trying to use you as a rung on a ladder to reach the crystal.
Yeah, that's about right. That's what I was doing, Graticus.
Draco, you watch as the corruption of the desert begins to wrap around where the crystal is and start rushing towards where you stand. If you don't reach the gem, the corruption will reach you. Malloran, you push forward, you're straining against the force, trying to stop the gem in its descent from smiting your teammate. Maybe one of the only people who could give you a clue as to what happened to your brother. You push and push, and the gem begins to glow brighter, pulse faster, more intensely. Until suddenly, blue lightning begins to strike out from the crystal, tracing arcs in between each and every one of you. You keep on leaning in. You know that if you don't reach it, everything will be lost to you. Olnan, you can feel your comrade slipping away, maybe this time for good. Taz, your own power begins to well up inside you, ready to burst free in a wave of chaos beyond any kind of control. You need to stabilize it. Luna, you lean in to drive the gem home. This is your best and only chance. But the strain begins to feel unbearable as you each inch closer and closer, all of you so slowly, the gem pulsing. Waves of power emanating all of you. The lightning crackling, twisting, beginning to tear the fabric of reality itself, creating an unimaginable divide between you all, even while you're all so close together. But you keep pushing. You're all so close to it, about to touch the surface as the world begins to feel like it's about to implode. The lightning roars, the crystal glows so bright in this moment, and the hum of the power is overwhelming. And then suddenly, enough! The sound of the shaman's staff on the stone echoes throughout the chamber, and you all snap awake instantly. Enough! There's no rattling, no drums. The entire room is completely silent. Is there anything you guys want to try and do?
Breathe?
Yeah,
God damn.
Yeah, can I get a drink? Can I get a glass of water?
I guess the biggest thing is I look up and ask the shaman what he just showed us.
We all saw
Knowing that it felt so
what you
real.
saw.
Knowing that it felt so real, I need to know what he's trying to show us. Was he showing us the divide in the group, or was he showing us that we're all deemed for a similar fate if we don't join our forces and figure things out, or is it just that we're all fighting for the same object?
Go ahead and make a willpower check for me.
Yeah, I just assumed he was showing us we were all
I'm gonna
dicks.
spend 2 momentum and that passes.
That's a pass?
With my spending of 2 momentum, yes.
Okay. You try to speak, but you realize that you're just so dumbstruck that your mouth won't even work. But based on the experience that you just had and your kind of attunement with your own natural energy and what your state of being is like coming out of this trance, what you saw could be the future. It could be basically a representation of your own motives or intentions or even dreams or aspirations. Or it could be some very vague, ambiguous stuff that really doesn't mean anything. You're not exactly sure. But as you're kind of putting this together in your own head, the shaman standing on the throne steps says, "I have seen enough. These topsiders are not to be trusted. They entangle in matters far beyond the concern of goblin kind." There's kind of like muttering among the goblins behind you as there's like just kind of discussing what just happened here. And a few of the goblin guards step up to the throne and kind of like ascend a few of the steps, whispering to the lead shaman standing on the platform. after a few moments of going back and forth, the goblin with the flames for eyes looks across your group, turns back to one of the guards and says, "Kill them all."
What? Wait a minute.
You suddenly feel yourself standing up, and you turn to your right and begin to march in a line around the back of this throne pedestal, this giant goblin stone statue standing before you. And you see, as you come around to the back side, that there is a massive, deep chasm that just drops down into nothingness. And even though every part of your own mind and body is screaming to step away from the edge to return to safety, without any hesitation, you all take the plunge.
Fuck.
What?
And that's where we're going to take a break. We'll let some people kind of recover a little bit from that. And how about we'll get back here in 5 or so minutes to continue the journey.
Okay, so I feel like Leon in character would have just tried to attack some of them.
Oh, you definitely were fighting, but you had no control over yourself.
Some bullshit. Some bullshit.
I will just say that you guys are all severely underleveled for this area of the map.
Jesus, bullshit.
And so, how long of a break are we taking?
5.
5 or so minutes will be good.
All right.
Trying to make note, had Luna actually had control of her body, shit would have gotten really fucking serious.
Oh, I don't doubt it for a second.
I want that name.
I feel like we were all getting ready to throw the fuck down.
We basically all had a roofie fever dream, basically.
Basically.
That's kind of what happened, yeah.
Motherfuckers
Yeah.
gave up truth plums is what happened.
Crystal is the one ring.
The one ring to rule them all, my precious.
I think technically the crystal's actually the opposite of the one ring. Because the ring actually corrupt everything.
Yeah, that's what
the opposite.
Oh yeah, you guys were already corrupt before the
It sounds like the crystals are revealing our corruption. Or the potential for corruption. Some of us are corrupt. Some of us are apparently not as corrupt as others,
You
but
can
still have the
shut
same
fuck
need
up.
for... I wasn't pitting anybody out specifically. I mean, Jesus.
Your motives were known.
I was speaking towards, the guy who wants to go to hell.
Not even gonna lie, I didn't take a single note during that entire thing because I couldn't.
Well, it's a good thing that I actually recorded this session.
Just make a note that there were no notes written during that entire hour's worth of session.
Yeah, you might want to check that playback and take some notes, because
So
Could
I
end up-
randomly came across the one GIF though with the dude with the crystal. Like right as he was talking, I was like, nope, send.
that was like so perfect though.
Were you like trying to send me back to the hospital there, Draxus? Cause like, holy cow, man. Ooh, you had my heart racing.
That's what I sent Killer too. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, my heart's fucking racing Like,
Yeah, no, mine's in the same fucking place right now. I was.
Jesus Christ, and I was so terrified when you had Arethelus roll for his fucking faith. Good God, I was terrified.
We know at least in a fever dream he can roll to save your ass.
Right?
We just need to give him drugs more often, I guess.
And the ominous music begins.
So, this picture is here just to kind of keep us in the realms below sort of vibe. I don't actually have a map for where you are because where you are is on no map.
Right?
Each of you. You all lose 1 health and 1 momentum as you come tumbling several hundred feet, you can only imagine, down to a harsh landing at a sandy bottom of this chasm.
You said how many momentum? 1 or 2?
1. 1 of each.
Question, because did we get a rest from last session?
No, you did not.
Okay, so I have no fucking momentum. That is fantastic. Thank you very much.
Don't get down to 0 health.
Shit.
Yeah, as long as you keep all your at least 1 health, you won't die.
Uh-huh.
I typed in
easy
map of nowhere.
peasy.
Apparently that's like a thing.
What is?
Map of nowhere. Some crazy ass piece of art.
Oh.
Oh, that'd be kind of... I think I know what you're talking about, but it's been a while since I saw it. You guys collect yourselves, dust yourselves off, and you are at the bottom of this deep, dark chasm. Those of you with dark vision can see the immediate 20-30 feet radius around you.
Why didn't that work?
You said those with us with dark vision?
Yep.
I think almost
Those
all of us have it.
Pretty much everybody does, except for I think Noobish wouldn't, and you wouldn't, Sweet.
Well,
Didn't I have it from being an elf?
All right.
Elves
Guess we
don't
gotta-
have dark vision.
Guess we gotta hold their hands.
yeah, probably. I mean, what's new, right?
I do have some super strong spider silk I could fashion into rope real quick, and we could all tie ourselves together so that we don't get lost.
Not a pet.
You're not a pet, okay? Anybody else want to tie themselves up, or are we just gonna try to go at this hoping we don't fall down a hole?
Can I ask a question real quick?
You know.
Yes.
What the fuck happened to the vampire guy?
He's
You
back
guys
in
left him at the
factory.
factory.
Oh, you weren't there for that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the factory. You're probably wondering, like, what the fuck happened to these guys?
Yeah, 'cause, like, she said something when he was talking about tying us all together. I was like, wait a second, wasn't there somebody bound?
He's
Yeah.
unbound. He's back at the factory. He got his freedom.
Okay.
However, I'm kind of
Quote-unquote
regretting that
freedom.
now.
Or like an
Yeah, I was
indentured
against
servitude.
Well, I want to make it clear I was against it.
Kind of regretting that he got left behind now.
Could have just
You
been
never
like,
know.
here.
He could have been that vampy goodness that the goblins were missing from their diet.
Everybody just needs a Snickers bar. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Or in this case, a vampy bar.
Leon prefers Milky Way. Thank you.
Oh, he's that guy, is he? So you guys begin to hear some strange sounds echoing through these caverns. You have no idea what the source is, or even where it is, or how close it is, but you know that you guys are not alone down here. What?
I don't know if it'll
Who
help.
we lose?
Snaz.
Resourceful skill.
Oh, Snaz went to bed.
Probably.
Yeah.
What about the resourceful skill?
Can I use it?
Let me refresh. Yes. I'm gonna say in this case you could.
Okay.
Utilize your resources in the surroundings, prepare yourself. Make a
Now,
cleverness check.
is there any added difficulty?
There is not. I'm gonna let you do this in a straight roll.
I am. Hang on, I gotta go up. My cleverness is 13, so pass.
Good shit.
Alright. So you gain your 2 momentum. And also, that's kind of like basically you not only find some bits and bobs that'll actually end up being helpful to you, as in you start kind of poking around and you see that there's like bones and actually some old pieces of discarded equipment, like basically some old arrows that have been down here for an indeterminate amount of time because caves and there's no weathering. Finds like some old rope, which is kind of suffering from a little bit of dry rot, but it still works. And then as you guys begin to travel about 50 to 100 feet away from where you landed, you also begin to see signs of those with dark vision. Notice that there are some unusual markings kind of like drug across the wall, and there's a bunch of scraps of leather armor just strewn about in this area.
So if the fall didn't kill us, who else have they sacrificed that the fall hasn't killed?
And I'm gonna inform everybody that we're not the first people to jump in this hole.
Is there any way that I can cast, I don't know, like a fireball or a ball of, say, lightning or something that I can carry in my hand to illuminate our surroundings a little more?
Yeah, anybody who wishes to try something like that can make a magic check.
That passes.
With
I'll
ease.
try. Why not?
Go for it, Jay.
With magic, right?
Yep.
Hey, I passed.
Let me see what I can do. Yep, nope, nothing.
Same
I
here.
figured I'd give
The
it a
other
shot. I mean,
laughs
what's
in
your-
druid.
Oh, you don't have your magic isn't very high as it does.
No.
Yep. Okay. So Luna, you go ahead and summon your little purple orb of power that kind of emanates and illuminates 20 to 30 feet around you with dim light. So you're able to see, everyone is able to see pretty easily now. Leon, you kind of like try to emulate this and you just kind of like staring at your hand and you're just focusing so intently. And you're just like trying with all your might. But it's just like you're just not getting the same effect as what Luna has. But you're kind of disappointed by this, You're just like, dang it, I wanted to try something really cool. Everyone else besides Leon can see that he is actually glowing himself slightly.
Nice.
His entire form, being of a celestial nature, is actually emanating the same level of brightness off of his being as what Luna has conjured.
I am the light bulb.
Can I look at him and be like, way to be the light of the group, buddy?
Thank you. I try.
So remember, next time we need light, just pick him up and crack him like a glow stick.
Shake, rattle, and roll. And apparently
wishes-
throw off the cliff.
Anyone who wishes to can also make an awareness check for me.
Oh, fuck it. I rolled a what?
Holy
Let's see
shit,
if-
I passed that.
I rolled an 8. Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
Awareness
You
is.
Jay?
Hey, I passed.
I could
That's a
have,
critical
too.
success. You gain momentum back there, Leon.
Yay! Holy shit.
Yep,
I
the doubles
pass.
would give you the crit.
The luck of the ASMR is with me tonight.
Indeed. So those of you who pass will look up with the newly brightened surroundings and see that the marks that were on the wall are massive claw marks dug deep into the stone.
I swear to God, if that thing from that picture you sent us is down here, I.
Oh no. It's way worse than that, don't worry.
Oh Jesus!
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You guys hear this strange ticking also kind of echoing throughout the caverns. You see with the light that there are like multiple paths branching out from where you are standing, and they go up, down, around. You can barely see out like 15 feet before it turns some kind of corner and disappears behind stone outcropping or wall. But this ticking sound is just constantly echoing throughout all of these caverns.
What do we have
Oh, wow.
clickers down here?
I heard that as Karen's.
There's
It might
Karens
all
down
be to
here.
the same place.
I don't know why I heard it. Also, please, I don't want to deal with clickers. Thank you very much.
You guys, none of you guys would actually have any information or knowledge on what noise, what beings would be making that noise.
No, I suppose not. You know, this is my first dark depth of despair. What about you guys?
Yeah, I
Eh,
don't think I've ever fallen into
I mean-
a pit like this.
I've been
Well-
down this road before. We'll be alright.
Hang on. Wouldn't Taz know something though? He is from the Underdark though. Is he not?
You calling him a mole person?
Let's say, okay, I'm gonna have you make an intellect check for me, Taz.
Okay. Cool.
'Cause that's fairly reasonable.
Hey, I passed.
Nice.
Hey.
Curse of that 10 is still hanging around, though. I see.
No
Everybody seems to be rolling it tonight,
Pretty
periodically. Rough.
So, you hear that kind of ticking, clicking, whatever kind of sound, and from all of the things that you've been told about creatures of the realms below, a name comes to your mind, Taz, and it is Umber Hulk.
A Hulk?
I'm gonna look at the group, and I'm gonna let them know that we have a Hulk down here, and I'm just gonna leave it, just leave it hanging like that. I will go into no detail. We have a Hulk. I will go into no detail. Thank you.
Nothing else, Taz, that
Nothing
you can do out
else.
here?
I kind of want to
Nothing
see the
else.
Hulk. I want to see the Hulk.
You know,
That'd be
Taz,
fun,
that
Hulk.
the one thing that you remember is whatever you do, do not look into its eyes.
Fuck.
Okay, I guess I shall relay one bit of info. Don't look into his eyes, but other than that, just be smart here, guys.
What do you guys do?
What you? I say we go and poke at it.
Oh god.
Go poke at it. Why don't we try to avoid this fucking thing?
Like, I don't know, maybe search for a way out?
Yeah.
In life, we all face brick walls that we can't avoid, so we gotta just go head first to the fucker.
Sometimes you don't have to, tackle every fucking thing that you see.
No matter how well it's proved in the past.
No, it's kept me alive all these years.
Yeah, well, it's gonna kill us one of these days. Can I use my? I don't know why I'm asking if I can. I know he should be able. I want to use my bird. I want to fly him around and see what I can see. Is there a path or something, some way that can keep us safe?
Okay, so that's an awareness check using your bird, right?
Before he rolls this, I'm gonna look at him and say, I don't know if sending your bird out into the darkness like this is a very smart idea. Something tells me this thing hasn't been fed in a while.
Yeah, if it's awareness check, that's going to be a +4 difficulty to the roll.
Damn.
Is an awareness check.
That's for difficulty.
And a +4? Fuck. Yeah, I guess if you guys think it's a bad idea, stick together. Remember, we can only see so far. We got 30 feet we can see in front of us. So stay close, my friends.
So you guys have... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if I could make my once a day willpower check to create a rock and metal familiar that lasts 24 hours.
Go ahead. I will let you use that ability here.
Sweet. I'm gonna burn a momentum and pass that.
Okay. So you guys watch as Taz kind of focuses his attention, and literally some of the bones and the bits of metal, as you guys see, like there's discarded arrows, but also like pieces of shattered swords are down here as well, and some torn up chainmail and stuff like that. And he assembles all of these components together into this rock elemental. That's about a little shorter than he is, so it's about 3 foot tall total. But it's this little golem, and it just kind of stands ready next to him.
He looks like a bear. All of them that I'm gonna make are gonna look like miniature little bears. Just FYI.
Winnie the Pooh, got it.
Yep.
Basically, yeah.
That's adorable. That is fucking adorable.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, you guys know those old school twist top toys that where the bear would like kind of jiggle around. I don't know. I had one as a kid, and it was always so fun to mess around with. And so when I think of childlike wonderment, which Taz definitely has a lot of, I think of that.
Very cool.
Gotcha. Teddy bear.
Yeah, basically.
It's his emotional support animal. You guys have 3 options ahead of you. You can go left and down, though you don't know if it's going to keep going down. You don't know if any of these are gonna keep the direction that they initially headed, actually. But the options that you can see before you are left and down, straight and up, or right and flat.
Wait, what?
Just keeping on the
She's
same
left.
level as you're currently at.
Up, down, or same level.
Yep.
We don't know which path is obviously gonna, like, if any of them are gonna line twist or change their levels that they're on.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we're already down. Do we want to go down even fucking further?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we're going down.
Alright.
I guess we're going down.
When you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
see the dragon demon, don't say I didn't warn you.
That would be some
Dragon
shit.
demon. I thought it was a Hulk, Jay.
No, he's friends with the dragon demon.
You'll have to give us more information about your dragon demon later.
All right.
Assuming we don't find him before he can tell us the information.
Or he
Right?
finds you.
Yeah.
You
So-
don't find the dragon demon find you.
This is literally true. So you guys begin to descend to the left chasm. And it kind of twists and winds back and forth, but it continues to find this sort of downward trend until you reach where it opens up into a cavern with a bunch of stalagmites and stalactites, and you can't quite see it yet because everything is so dark everywhere you go, but you can hear the flowing of what seems to be an underground river in this chamber.
Does anybody have a way to make a boat?
I don't think so.
The water's got to go somewhere, guys.
Is anybody opposed to swimming?
Do we
Man.
want to follow the water down and hope that it goes out the side of a mountain, or do we want to try to go up and see if we can find where the water source is? That could lead to the outside world.
I say up. Follow it up.
Let's follow the water up.
Everything in me is saying follow the water down, so let's follow the water up.
Wait, what?
Seems like the perfectly unreasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so everything in me is saying follow it down because logically I'm search and rescue. I know that you follow water down to civilization. But Taz doesn't know that.
My
Okay.
thought
So let's
process-
ignore Taz and go in the opposite direction.
Well, I'm thinking up for the sake of the fact that we came down into this cavern the first time, and then we went farther down into the city, and then down again into the chamber with the freaking big dude, and then thrown down a fucking pit, and then we just went down further. So I don't know about you, but I did not see any mountains out in the desert.
Fair enough.
Logically thinking.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Draco, who's leading up the kind of investigation of this chamber?
I guess I said go, up first. Yeah.
Well, technically, we haven't even found the water yet, so there's that. We just
Yeah,
know
we'd be,
hear
like-
water.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I mean, we have two people who are very familiar. I'll say I'll take the lead.
okay. I will need you to make an awareness check. No difficulty modifiers.
That
Hey!
passes crit pass, by the way.
We
Nice.
And that is 50%.
So a strong hit. So you get a
So I got
momentum.
my minimum back. Fucking thank God I'm not going to die if I fucking hit 0.
Oh, Symbol Bear.
Yeah. He's
Like a simple monkey, but a bear.
yeah, basically.
Oh, that's funny.
And
I
like
get what you're talking about.
yeah, like he was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like that. Like he had the wind up back key thing, but
Yeah, I get what you're talking about now. Cool. So Draco, you lead the group out into this chamber, and you come to the first sighting of the water. And it is this large pool, about, say, 40 feet across in diameter. And you say, okay, here's the water. And you start to trace around the edges. And it's pretty much just like a perfect circle, to be honest. And you're a little confused because all of the water seems to be racing around in a circular pattern and almost like it's being drained in the middle somewhere. Until you find also there is a flow of water, a river that is descending with pretty rapid pace down into the pool, feeding it. So it's this perpetual flow of water filling and then at the same rate also being drained down through the center of this pool.
So it's a round pond that's essentially a perpetual whirlpool
Yep,
fed by a river.
correct.
Okay. I guess I let everybody know that it's seemingly draining out, which could be a good thing or could be a bad thing. Is there a way for me to? Can I see light in this, or
The only light
is there,
source is coming from you guys.
so the only light source is coming from our sentient glow stick and sweets hands?
Exactly.
Okay. I guess I mentioned, like I said again, I mentioned that it seems like the water is draining out as fast as it can fill up, and that the water flow is that way, and point towards the small river that is filling this perpetual whirlpool. And I will mention that we should probably go up versus taking the whirlpool ride down.
Well, you don't want to get flushed into the subterranean toilet?
Right. But I let everybody know that, we could take a vote and see who wants to go which direction.
I'm totally good
recommend
with
that.
going up. Well, could I try and make a big enough ice brick to plug the toilet?
Go ahead and make a willpower check for me.
All right.
If he passes this direction, you're gonna regret saying that.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
I passed.
That's a weak hit.
Yeah.
All right. So, Taz, you focus and you actually kind of like stretch your hand out into the river. This water is cold. And as you stretch your power into it, you just almost instantaneously create this big old block. Kind of, yeah, basically make it just this floating ice cube. And it goes and floats down away into the whirlpool and circles and circles and circles until eventually it gets sucked down and the flow of the water kind of suddenly changes a little bit.
Yes. All right.
As you guys stand there, you watch as the pool suddenly begins to grow in size.
What were
Anybody
you trying?
got the plunger?
What were you trying to accomplish with this again, Taz?
See, toilet, plug, toilet. Anybody got a plunger?
I think it's time to move before this chamber floods.
Hey, can we make Graticus a plunger?
Use his head as the plunger part, and use his feet as the stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys watch as the pool has grown 2 feet in diameter per side.
Yo, guys,
And
we
it
need to
is
get the F out of here now.
approaching your guys' feet.
Yeah, let's move, guys.
Up the river we go?
Up the river we go.
Are we getting in
the
the river
river we
or
go.
walking beside it? What are we doing?
Let's walk beside it as best as we can.
And once we can't anymore, we go for a dip.
Lovely.
I'm going to need everybody to make another awareness check for me.
Oh, shit,
boy.
fuck.
I'm about to drown.
Great passes.
Jeez, the crits.
Yes!
I'll take it.
Fuck.
Strong hit.
That's some momentum, yeah.
I just missed. God damn it.
Awareness
So
check.
did I.
Dad?
Yeah, awareness.
Alright, well, guess I'm
Oof.
drowning in the water.
And awareness 4 would be, or no, that was 8. Was it 8?
No, you got a 4.
You got
So
4.
that's I'm
I
pretty.
got a 4.
That's
That's
a
a very
guaranteed
strong
pass.
hit.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a strong hit.
Someone be aware for me.
Yeah, someone be aware for me
To
too.
learn whatever we know, so
Apparently, it's just me and Killer that are aware at the moment.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rest
so
of us are skinny dipping.
Shit.
So the rest of you all failed, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're up
Wow.
a creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
So, Luna and Draco, you guys are kind of just like at the front. Luna, you're helping Draco by holding out your light, which casts, the dim glow across the 20 or 30 foot radius in front of you. And you're able to kind of keep yourself straight. Leon, you get distracted by the river, and you're kind of like watching the flow, and you look behind you to see that most of the floor of the chamber that you left behind is starting to become covered in water now. And the rest of the group is behind you, and they're all kind of just standing there waiting for you to keep moving. So, Luna and Draco, as you guys are going on, you see that the river leads up, and you can hear the beginnings of the crashing of a waterfall.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna holler to the party. It sounds like there's a waterfall up ahead.
Leon, you're kind of snapped out of it as you hear from the distance about 50 feet away now. Luna calls through the chamber and says, "Hey, I hear a waterfall." So the rest of you move to catch up. Gonna keep track of something here real quick. Cool. So you guys are going to advance to the waterfall?
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't go back now. We done
We done plugged the toilet.
I mean, hopefully that ice melts before too long, but at least it'll wash our tracks away, so if anybody is following us, they can't see where we went.
That's a good point.
Tactical toilet plug. I approve.
So you guys step up to this area where you can see that the water kind of plunges down, and you get close to the wall, the end of this cavern, where it just, slants steeply straight up almost. And you see that the water is kind of plunging down through this say 10-foot diameter hole in the ceiling.
Is the whole hole all water, or is there water coming out from like one direction or the other?
It's half filled with the water coming down from the river, and then there's about like a person-sized gap between the water and the opposite side of the hole.
Okay. So now I'm going to make my awareness check and fly my bird up to see if that is our salvation.
Gotcha, okay. I will have you do that, but this is going to be with a +2 difficulty.
I just had +2 to that.
Yep.
Alright, that passes.
Still a pass?
Yep.
Cool.
Well done.
So you send your bird out and you kind of use its senses to detect, and you can see that from the floor where you are to the ceiling is about 20 feet, and then the total distance that the hole goes before entering the next chamber is another 20 feet.
So it's like a 40-foot. It's a 20-foot straight up, and then another 20-foot climb.
Yep.
I let everybody know that it's going to be about 40 feet up before we can get to the next chamber. Can I see around the chamber, or is the chamber pitch black, unidentifiable?
At this end of it, the walls are rounded corners, so it's kind of like a circular end at this point of it, so you can kind of see most of the walls, though they're a little bit just beyond the radius of your light.
Does there seem to be any pathways out, or is it a dead end?
This is a complete dead end, except for the hole in the ceiling.
Or back the way we came, which is, a little
Slowly
wet.
filling with water.
Grappling hook.
Slowly filling with water.
All right, well, I call my bird, or my bird comes back to me, I guess, at this point. I let everybody know that we've reached a dead end as far as following the waterfall any further. Unless... Did I see the source of where the water was coming from? Was it coming from up further, or... I guess I should ask that in the first place.
Basically, the way that it works is you knew that there was a river going down into this hole, so the river was pretty much mostly horizontal before dropping vertically down through the hole and then landing where it is at your feet right here.
It just ends in a round.
Sorry?
The river, before it enters the hole up in the room above us,
that's not the source. It just continued farther. You're able to sense through your bird that wasn't the source, but it is just a step in its journey down here.
I guess I let everybody know that and tell them that I do have some string that I can try to fashion some string and send my bird up with the super sticky string, and we can try to use it to climb up one person at a time to get through the hole and go up, or see if they want to try to go back, I guess. But it seems like we only have one way out, and that's got to be going this direction.
I say we go up in some form or fashion. I mean, we do have...
Yeah.
You are druids. Can't you come up with some form or fashion of, I don't know, a ladder?
I mean, I could potentially try to freeze the...
Oh, frost arm, freeze the fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Freeze the water flow.
Freeze the water flow. and see if someone could see if one of us has good enough agility to get up that.
Shift.
If you want to give it a shot, you can go ahead and make a willpower check.
Cool. Alright, I'm doing it.
No why I thought the DM was not gonna allow it.
Willpower?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
please tell me your willpower is like at least 12.
Yeah. Yeah, that passes.
Sweet.
Okay. So you guys watch as Taz again places his hand basically into the water, just cascading around your metal arm, and again the frost stretches up and kind of like splits the waterfall in half as it pierces straight up. I'm gonna need you to make a soul saving throw for me, Taz.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
boy. Oh boy.
Come on, big man.
Hang on 1 second.
Come on, Thomas,
Okay.
we need you.
Come on, clutch it.
Ah,
Fuck!
son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a fail. Looks
Oh.
like a fail.
That's a doubles too.
Yeah.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother's right.
The spirit of Snaz is still here.
The spirit of Snaz is strong.
Right. So, Taz, as you're channeling your power over the cold, and this basically ice javelin is piercing its way up through the waterfall, you have this sudden burst, and you're just like, "Oh crap!" And it shoots way up faster, farther than you anticipated, and it pretty much seals off the entire opening up at the top of this hole.
Well, shit.
Luna, do you have anything to blast a hole through that?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be an interesting take on this. Is there any way that I could actually see? I don't want to blast it though.
And if you
Because
don't blast, we're gonna die.
The only issue is if I blast it, we're all in the in the fallout of that blast.
We could tank it.
Right. I guess I'll take the ball of light I have in my hand and turn it into fire and toss it at the opening and see if I can't open it up.
Okay, that's gonna be a magic check.
That fails horribly.
Well,
hail. So,
been a nice run, guys. We're gonna drown.
You throw the bolt up into the gap, and you actually get to light up the space inside the hole. You can see that it's very craggy, and it's just like the actual stone walls would probably be able to give you some pretty helpful handholds and footholds if you were trying to climb up there. But you also see that the flame impacts the frost, and it melts away a good portion of it, and the water kind of slows down off the sides of this icy pillar that now stands in front of you. But you underestimated just how far the ice went. And you realize now just the full extent of how badly Taz has sealed you down here.
Can you do it again?
Okay, so actually, so let's change the tactic then. Is there any way that I can actually climb up there and actually place my hands like on the ice to heat it up?
Is there anything I can throw at it to maybe break it?
Does Leon want to throw Luna?
Jesus Christ, do not throw me, I swear to God.
I don't know. They're like some fucking boulder that's loose, or my damn sword to break it.
I will let you go ahead and make a awareness check for me, Leon.
Oh boy.
Been doing so well at those so far.
Jesus Christ, you are dumb as a box of rocks right now.
Roll
I'm just
Leon.
gonna go drown myself, guys.
No. So the best thing that you think that you could throw at it would be the sword that is on your back currently. Luna, if you wanted to just go ahead and attempt to get a closer look, you can go ahead and make an agility check for me.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
No.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Wow.
It worked.
About that. My agility is an 8.
Yep. So you
Luna run up and fall.
yeah. You
run
lean
straight
to
into
like
the wall.
you clamber up the icy pillar, and you realize, oh wow, yeah, this thing is melting underneath my grip, and you land back at the bottom. You actually take 1 point of damage from the
I knew that was
fall.
coming.
Woof. That's rough, buddy.
I'm gonna say
Can I heal her? Totally forgot I could do that.
I will
Should have
allow
been
you
doing that to everyone this whole time.
Yeah, you could definitely take one opportunity here to make a check.
No, it's a fail. By one.
Oh my god.
Do you have
Yo,
any
we're
momentum?
just gonna drown here.
Well,
Yeah, I'll just
the
burn a
water is
momentum.
frozen. It's
Had it
not coming
passed.
in anymore.
Okay. Earthelus burned the momentum. so
Actually-
it's
Can I make the 7 into a 6 and make that a critical success and get a momentum back? Is that not worth it?
unfortunately, criticals only work with natural rolls. You can't make a critical.
I got you. Okay.
Good
Alright,
thinking,
I'll
though.
make that.
Oh shit.
So you
Hold
can
up.
roll your d4, right? That's a d4 for the healing.
Yeah.
Oh.
3.
Yeah.
Luna's back on 3.
We stink.
As I land, I hear a clanking in my bag and remember I'm still carrying bottled lightning and a magnetic rod.
Hold on. Before you do that, before you decide to pull out the lightning in a bottle, Luna, can you manifest that fire in your hands again?
Sure.
Okay. I want to control the fire and take it from her hands and use it to melt a hole above us using my druid power to control the fire.
Okay. Luna, I'm going to say that you don't need to make a check for that. You can easily conjure it again. That's a willpower check for you, Draco.
I have 2 momentum. I would need 3 momentum. That fails.
So, again, you actually successfully take it from her and you blast it up. And you even using your direction, you kind of push what Luna's progress was further, but it's still just not quite enough. It's still sealed.
Man, we suck.
You think you're getting closer, though. You can't. You imagine it can't be much thicker than it is now.
Can we try it again?
Can I try my?
Do it again?
How
Can
about
I-
instead of throwing fireballs, the lightning in a bottle kind of gave me an idea because I can actually kind of shoot out a chain of lightning. I've done it before. Why don't I attempt to burn a hole through it with the chain lightning.
Are you letting everybody know you're going to do this before you do it, or are you just
Yes.
going? All right. Well, everybody, before she does that, why don't we make sure we're not standing in any
In
water
water.
or the ice touching it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I have a feeling this lightning is gonna go back and hit us.
I recommend. I kind of put myself out here, guys. Again, I recommend finding a boulder to stand on because I don't know how fast this water is going to come down.
Man, what the fuck?
Okay, so you guys prepare yourselves. Luna, if you're trying this, you're going to make a magic check for me.
I'm going to. Oh God.
Oh boy,
Going real hot today.
that doesn't sound good.
Another 10. I want to make note. 10's all
Yep.
over the fucking place tonight. Fuck.
I just want to make note. I don't know if this backward rolling is helping us or hurting us, but sometimes it feels like it's a really big hindrance.
That's kind of the point.
Well, I mean, it fails. But
Okay, so
my
I should have said
magic
this.
spell-
I should have said this to begin with, but this is gonna have a -2 difficulty because of the fact that you've been trying at this for several times already.
Should we add it to that?
So would that pass?
-2. Whatever your score is less. 2 less.
2 less. So that does pass for me then.
Okay. So, just barely. This is a new device. You are even not really sure how these things work, let alone how they work together. But you give it a shot. You pull the cork on the lightning, and as you do so, it's like you're basically kind of pulling like a... You can imagine a canister with a cap, and the cap is attached to the canister with a spring that goes inside. And you're pulling the cork away from the bottle, and the lightning is arcing from the cap into the other end of the inside of the bottle. It's still connected. It's like even no matter where you hold it, it's perpetually chained together with this arcane power. And you use the rod and kind of yeah, you actually need Draco's help to hold the rod. As Draco, you push it through the chain of lightning, and the rod suddenly glows, and then blasting through the seal at the top of the hole. The ice gives way, and the water rushes back down on either side. And you can see that as it kind of lands, there's some sparks emanating off of the water as it flows down and around the ice pillar. But the end result is you guys have a ice pillar, and you allow it enough time for the electric power to dissipate. You cork back up the bottle lightning, and you have the pillar splitting the waterfall in half, leading up to the hole.
Somebody better carry me up this ice because clearly you guys know that I am not going to be able to climb up it.
Now, if everybody
Volunteer?
could-
Not everybody jump at once, guys. God damn.
Just trying to think of a way to help so everybody get up there.
Alright, I have a bad back.
What?
Carrying that goblin all the time. I mean, I don't doubt it.
The fucking bulldozer of the group has a bad back. Okay, I guess we're all in trouble now.
This will probably entail a group body saving throw to get
Shit.
everybody up the pillar.
Everybody has to make a body saving throw?
Yep.
Alright, I passed. I
Thank
passed.
you, Jay.
So 1 success.
Oh, I passed.
Jesus,
Success.
Todd.
I got a 1, but that's a 1 and a 3.
Fucking hell.
I passed.
I don't want to roll.
I passed.
Oh, man, you passed?
Can we just agree if 50% of us get up there that we help the other 50%?
I
And we all
failed.
make it?
Gotcha, okay. So that's 4 successes.
2 fails.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah, Snaz is gone. Okay. So, yes, you guys do manage to help each other up into the next chamber. And you guys forge your way across through the river that's at the top. You know, the area, or the path down the waterfall was split, but it's still one single big flow at the top. So you're able to manage to get yourselves into this next chamber. And as you step in, you see the river continues through this chasm. This is a very large area. Like, this is probably one of the biggest caverns you've been in since the fall. And it just goes on and on. You have no idea where the walls are.
I guess we follow the river to one of the walls. Or I would recommend following the river, guys.
Yeah.
I don't care about the walls.
Sounds
It's
good to
great.
me. Can I actually,
river is our
before we continue
salvation.
on though, is there any way that I can, one, relight my light ball, and then
Yep, you can do
see
that.
if I can't see anything of extreme importance inside the cavern?
Go ahead and make an awareness check.
If that's my awareness check, I failed it.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's see.
What the fuck is going on tonight?
Jiraxis, was that
Mm.
dice I heard?
Shh.
Oh,
It's a
fuck.
surprise.
Oh boy.
He is rolling behind the DM screen now, guys.
Yep.
This is not gonna be good.
Okay.
This is not gonna be good.
Luna, I'm
Abandon
gonna
all
need you to make an agility check for me.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
shit.
Boy.
I passed that! Holy shit!
Nice. And
That's
a critical pass.
too.
Nice.
God damn.
So,
Redemption.
Luna, you gain a momentum, first off, for the critical hit. Secondly, you are able to kind of carefully pick your way across, kind of stepping ahead of the group a little bit, up onto this kind of like stack of stalagmites that are sticking up from the ground. Because tights are hanging from the ceiling, right? And mites are on the ground.
Might get there someday.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah,
get to the ceiling.
Yep.
Tights are tight to the ceiling. Might get there someday.
Gotcha.
Good shit. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. You realize that, right?
Right?
What do they call stalagmites that have reached the ceiling?
Columns.
Probably.
It's a pillar at that
Is
point.
that when they become crystals?
It turns into a beautiful butterfly. No.
Be a beautiful butterfly.
Oh my gosh.
So, Luna, you kind of crest over where there's a ledge essentially on this stack of stalagmites, and you hold out your light, and just below you, you hear
Oh shit.
and look down to see the golden, glistening back of this gigantic insectoid creature.
What?
And it, for some reason, it does not notice you. It's just kind of sitting next to the water, turning its head either which way every once in a while before it leans down and its mandibles kind of move in a flurry of motion as it begins to suck in a bunch of water from the river.
Okay, can I quickly kind of put up a force field in front of my teammates so they don't continue walking and moving forward?
You can definitely do that. I won't even make you roll for that.
Thank God.
Be
Okay,
generous.
as I do that, I'd like to kind of, hopefully stealthily, walk over to them and inform them of the location of the Hulk.
And just for a point of reference, you were about 10 or 15 feet above this thing's back, but this thing's back was about 10 or 15 feet from the ground that it was standing on.
Jesus Christ. Sucker is huge. But yeah, I would like to inform them of where its location is and that we need to be careful. Possibly knock Jay out.
Wait, what?
Beg him to be quiet and be a good boy.
So let me fight the damn thing.
Depends on how loud he snores.
Right.
I'll wake up the dead.
So is this thing in the location of where we're supposed to be walking towards?
It is in your path of following the river. It's further up the river from where you currently are, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh boy.
So I'm assuming she's notified us at this point, or are we still waiting on notification?
She has come and told you this. Anyone who wants to, I'd say Draco and Taz, go ahead and make intellect checks for me if you could.
Yeah, them force, but I mean,
Damn!
that passes.
Nice.
That also passes on my end.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
Very good, very good.
there we go.
So you two both recognize that, based off of the information that Luna told you, the fact that she had her light, she lit up the creature, but it's failed to notice her. You seem to gather and kind of put the pieces together based off the description of the animal. It can't see very well at all, like to the point that it's near blind entirely. And it must rely on other senses in order to find and hunt its prey.
Shit, everybody go take a bath.
Or
Well, back into the water we go. Fuck.
That means it probably. I don't know. I don't know how metagamey I'm allowed to be. So.
metagaming.
Well, if you think it's something Taz would know.
Just that it probably means it's got tremor sense.
Ah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair for you guys to put together.
Okay.
The fuck is tremor sense?
I'm assuming tremor sense has something to do with seismic activity it can feel.
Yeah.
You
That's
should-
my best guess.
Vibrations.
Doesn't. Yeah,
So
my
like
best
a
guess.
tremor, got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my best guess. I don't know,
You know-
that that's actually what it is, but
We're fighting
What
Toph from Avatar. Fuck.
I got an idea, guys. What if we think it has tremor sense, Leon, he always wants to smash. Are there any big rocks laying around? I'm not asking for Leon to grab one and throw one yet, but my theory is if we can all like be very quiet and kind of like sulk down and hide, if Leon could grab a rock, throw it very, very hard in the opposite direction of where we want to go, maybe this thing would get up and chase the rock, thinking it was something it wanted to prey on. Giving
That's
us a
actually
chance to go downstream.
So get
that's
the
a really
rock,
dope idea.
and throw it at the bug. You got it.
No, do not throw it at the bug. Throw it the direction that we came from. Or another direction far, far away from where we want to go so that he will go in that direction and avoid confrontation with this thing.
I can do it. Or I can at least try to do it.
Is everybody on board?
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch me
So-
drop it in front of us.
Everybody
Jesus.
except Leon, go ahead and give me an agility check.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! Fuck. Nope.
Agility?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, yeah, no,
Alice! Oh
He ran into the monster.
Well, okay,
I'm gonna
let's see.
burn. I'm gonna burn my
Joy.
last momentum and make mine a
Lemon.
pass.
Okay.
yeah, I can't pass,
So
unfortunately.
Taz is the only one? Oh,
Onan, yeah?
Oh, I
Okay.
passed.
So Taz and
Taz
Onan,
and
that's it?
Owen are the only ones that passed. Fuck.
So 2 successes, 2 failures, and 1 crit fail. Leon, I'm going to need you to make a might check for me.
Okay. You motherfucker. God damn
That
it.
just crit fail that.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ! Snaz is
Oh,
gonna come
boy.
back and go. What happened to the party? They're all dead.
Right.
Jesus Christ!
So yeah, no recovering from that one either, huh?
Oh. 'Cause I only have 1 fucking momentum.
Okay.
And I just wanna like side note here, everybody. Remember to read your paper. If you go to 0 on your health and you have 0 momentum, you are dead.
This is true.
So
Hey, good
please to God.
So
Good campaign,
now.
guys.
start working on new character sheets, because
Good campaign, guys. Fuck.
Well, this has been fun.
So,
It's over. It's all over.
what happens is, Leon, you pick a rock that's a little bigger than you can effectively toss.
Oh boy.
And so, pretty much what ends up happening is you throw it, it hurls about 10 feet away from you, and then lands with a heavy crash right in front of you.
Good.
And then, as soon as that happens, you hear a as Mallorin trips on some rocks and falls, knocking over Luna. And that creates its own ruckus. And you guys recover slowly and get the light up again, just in time to see a massive claw and another one peek up over the ledge of where you guys were trying to sneak past. And
Is
then
he
you
in the water?
see
Is he in the water?
the creature?
Yes.
No, he wasn't.
No, he's like 5 feet away from you now. As you see this golden insectoid beetle head with 4 long, sharp mandibles at its mouth stretching out, comes up and over the edge to look, quote unquote, in your direction. I'm gonna need everybody except Leon to make a body saving throw.
I guess my body is just over.
Your body is over.
And crit pass, right?
That is crit pass because it got the doubles. So you gain a momentum from that.
Yeah, that was an
Nice.
epic fail.
Holy
on my end.
shit!
Nice.
That is
Not today,
impressive.
Satan!
Fucking
Was
patrons
that everybody?
fucking watching over my ass right now with these
Yes.
bodies doing theirs.
So, Taz, did you fail?
Yes.
Mallorin, did you fail?
I did.
Okay, everybody else succeeded,
Yes.
correct? So, Malarin and Taz, you look into this thing's eyes. And as you do,
Shit.
you feel a physical reaction to the hex pattern that its eyes are made of, as opposed to just being like a regular, like an eye, like a fly's eye, where it's an orb made up of multiple hexes. It's almost as if you're looking at this thing and it is continually shifting and oscillating like a kaleidoscope. And the pattern just locks up your mind, and you both lose any momentum that you currently have. So whatever you're at, you instantly drop to 0 momentum.
Oh boy.
What if I was already at 0?
So part of the rules that I'm developing, as the beta version of the Traveler's Tome is coming up. If an effect would cause you to lose 2 or more momentum at a time, you instead, while you're at 0, you instead lose 1 health.
Oh shit.
Okay. Alright, that was gonna be my question as well, so.
Yeah, if you're already at 0, you lose a health.
Okay. Cool.
And this thing chatters its teeth and then is gonna come right up for all of you guys. We're gonna need to roll initiative.
Oh god damn it.
Is that 1d20?
1d20.
D20s.
Alright.
Us, we're going together, bro.
Yeah, apparently.
Screw it, unite!
Yeah!
Oh fuck. Am I gonna be first?
You sweet!
Wow.
She's the ringer, I guess?
Apparently.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like lowest number goes first or largest number goes first.
It's highest.
Largest. Yeah,
Thank
largest.
fucking God.
Yeah, let the guy that dropped the fucking boulder go first.
Well, I hope you do better that swinging that sword than you do throwing boulders, Brody.
I'm gonna try my
You got
best.
this. I believe in you. So, real quick, I'm just gonna be.
Oh damn, never mind.
Oh yeah, Nubish is like, fuck yeah, let's fuck up a Hulk today.
Pretty much, he's ready.
I'm ready!
Is that what this thing is? Is it's called a Hulk?
Called an Umber Hulk.
Umber Hulk?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I'm taking notes now.
I didn't know it would stumbled across
Hey,
a new
someone's paying
creature
attention.
or if it was the same creature.
Okay, everybody put your turn into the turn order if you can.
I don't want him.
Was
Luda's
I-
the unwilling participant of this entire thing.
I almost forgot which one was my photo. What the
There we go.
what the hell's going on?
Your mouse has to stay on the thing. Mine was doing that too.
Oh, there we go.
Ah.
Yep.
I have super high mouse sensitivities, so that like, as I took my hand off the mouse, it like would shift away, and I was like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
It won't let me."
Yeah, that's basically what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So from the top, Olnan, what do
Make
you
it
want
drop.
to do?
Whose character looks like Hellboy?
I'm gonna use
That's
critical.
Mallory.
It's
So I need to make an awareness check. I'm gonna use
That's a
critical.
cleric.
strike.
Looks like Hellboy.
Calm down over there, Luna.
So it's D20, not 2D10s. Oh, I don't even see the.
Oh boy.
Oh, I want to say I passed. Hang on, let me scroll back up. Yep,
Let's
I
get
passed.
rid of this fight, guys.
That's a pass.
That is a pass.
And you were going for.
Critical strike.
Okay. double check that real quick. Gotcha. Cool. Alright, so that works. So you are able to find the chink in this thing's armor, and it is just underneath the thing's quote-unquote jaws, right in its neck. So you can go ahead and make your attack.
That is concentration, correct?
Yep.
And I pass.
Nice. So you draw your bow, and even with the crazy light that's going on, things are shifting all over the place. Shadows are just dancing all over the place. You are still able to narrow your vision in and spot right underneath its jaw. You let the arrow fly, and it strikes true. This thing takes 2 damage with that
I'm
strike.
fucking dead.
And I'm gonna holler out to the rest of the group to go for its throat.
That was the best, Draxus. That was amazing.
What, the noise?
Yes.
Freaking thing regurgitated all of its blood at one point.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty
Holy
much.
shit.
Oh,
Okay. So that is 2 progress.
Nice. And we're going for next strikes.
Leon,
to know.
you're up next.
Okay. So since we're going for next strikes, I would like to try to charge at the beast and basically try to take one massive swipe at its neck from... Basically, I want to charge and like slide. Try to slide under it and slice its neck while I'm sliding.
Okay. I'm gonna say make a might check with +2 difficulty.
Oh boy.
If you pull this off.
Plus. Fuck yeah, let's go!
Not bad at all. So you go in, you slide. The dust of the cavern floor kicks up behind you as you slide, and you bring your sword up, and it strikes true. You cleave right through where the arrow was, knocking actually the arrow loose out of its neck, and this thing is starting to spray blood all over the place. This nasty black ichor, and as it hits your skin, you could feel it burn. But you gain a momentum for that, as well as dealing 1 point of progress towards it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Taz, you are up next.
Gosh. Man.
Gosh, man.
Well, what I had planned kind of fell apart, so I'm just gonna try and make a javelin, an ice javelin, and just huck it at the dude, I guess.
Gotta make a nice javelin.
Yeah.
That'll be a willpower check.
Sweet. Oh yeah, that passes.
Alright. So you, channeling that magical power within you, you again create that frost. You actually are relatively close to the river, so you kind of summon parts of the water out of the river, and it flows through the air in a straight column and then reaches your hand and solidifies in ice, and you fling it and let it loose, and the thing impacts the side of the creature's face, and it now has the shattered pieces of ice shards sticking out of its face.
Oh yeah.
That is another progress. Up next we have Draco.
Draco is going to look for that throat hole that was sliced so wide open earlier and spew his dragon's breath right into that hole, and he failed horribly.
Oh boy. Okay.
Choking on
So-
that acid yet again.
Right. Exactly.
And really need to take something for that.
You keep on telling you to quit, man, but you just keep doing it. You go up and you actually race underneath this thing, kind of where Leon just went, and unleash your dragon's breath up into this beast's neck area. But as you do so, it sprays all over its armor and kind of just bounces off harmlessly, and in the process you actually get some of the black ichor from its blood in your mouth, and you accidentally swallow it.
God.
It burns going all the way down, and it just leaves this like sickening, burning feeling in your stomach. You lose 1 health and 1 momentum.
Well then.
I guess for cinematic debut, I'm not going to mention that I forgot I could have re-rolled one of those die, but
gotta check your skills. Alright, how about Malaran? What do you got for us, buddy?
heat of the moment thing, you know?
Yep. You know how it goes.
Badly wounded, are you, killer?
20%.
Left
Okay.
or
I'm 20% wounded. I'm good to fight another round right now.
Gotcha. Okay, then. I'm going to use my Faithful Guardians. Attack it that way.
Alright.
It's a pass.
Nice work. So, calling upon the spirits of your faith, and those who have passed on, your ancestors that guard you, you call upon them, and the spirits appear and start to rip and tear through this thing's carapace as if it was a sheet of paper. So you end up dealing 1 point of progress damage towards it. And up next is Luna. Sure
just to
you forget anything.
save our party members from being, I guess, entranced by its eyes, I would like to shoot 2 fireballs, 1 from each hand, at its eyes to like burn them, kind of burn them out and burn them so that way nobody gets hurt by the effects of the eyes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a magic check with a +2 difficulty.
Magic is 12.
Damn.
I'm actually going to use 2 of my momentum
Okay.
to make that pass.
Okay. So with that, you focus your power towards directly at this thing's eyes. But as you do so, you're just like, crap, I can't aim without looking at its eyes, and you catch yourself just before you actually stare right into the hex-weaving pattern that oscillates through its eyeballs. But you send the magic out in the general direction, and you hear it scream as it seems to have an impact. You deal 1 point of progress damage, and you're not sure exactly how effective that was, but you assume it did something. Onan, we're back up to you.
I am going to fire my bow at it. I think. Hang on, let me look. See if there's
Ooh,
anything.
actually, Mr. Onan, from our previous escapades into the factory and stuff, there was a set of mechanized chakrams that were kind of set aside for you. I have that on a note here that I made for myself.
Hmm.
So it's the same kind of thing. It uses concentration. but what other effects it has currently, you're not yet sure.
Okay. Now, do I throw them?
You do. It's kind of like a boomerang where they return to you after you throw them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use those. And you said it's
Alright.
concentration?
Concentration, that's it.
Pass.
Now, is that a strong or a weak hit?
That would be...
Strong hit is half of your score ability.
that would be over half. Because
Okay,
my
just a weak hit.
concentration.
Okay, gotcha. Cool, but still, you sling your bow back over your shoulders and you grab the chakrams, these metal rings essentially, off of your wrist, off of your waist. Each of them is about a foot in diameter, and as you grab the handles, 4 blades, equally interspersed along the edges of the ring, pop out. So you're basically holding these metal rings with these 4 blades sticking out around the diameter, and you fling them one after the other through the air, and they go sailing into this creature's neck. You're aiming right for the weak spot, and you're continuing to slam at this vulnerability point. And the 2 chakrams crisscross their paths, slicing this thing even farther. This thing is really having a hard time keeping itself up right now.
Mm.
The chakrams return to you, and you get a little bit of the blood. That black ichor kind of burns through some of your clothing, but it doesn't quite reach your skin, luckily. Leon, it's up to you.
Okay, so I want to use my broadsword, and I would like to essentially try to run from one side and try to cleave through the beast's neck, basically using the momentum of my speed to try to, really hack at this bastard's neck.
I gotta say, go ahead and make this might check with a -2 difficulty.
You got it.
You guys are continually pounding at this area and is severely weakened now.
You said -2, right?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, that is
That's
that
a
is
strong
definitely a
comparison
pass.
one.
Yeah, that's a strong fucking pass.
So you bring your sword up and you're just like, alright, motherfucker. You plunge it deep into its neck, and this thing is literally gurgling. It actually pulls away and it yanks the sword out of your hand, but the sword is literally just embedded in its neck as it's stumbling backwards now. Taz. Think you can
Finish
this
it
thing
off.
What was that?
I said, you think you can finish this thing off?
So here's my idea that I've been putting together. Since it's bleeding, can I throw I guess can I somehow freeze the blood coming out and freeze it back into its neck and just kind of then try and explode it in there?
I like your line of thinking. Go ahead and... Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. Go ahead and make a willpower check.
That is a pass.
Okay. I will now need you to roll a d4 for me, if you could.
Dose.
Alright. So, due to the nature of this thing's blood, there was a 50-50 chance of this thing being able to survive its literal arteries being frozen solid, if it would actually have an effect on the blood itself or not. But seeing as how you're able to find this thing just took a drink recently, there is blood, there's water, there's moisture, and you're able to draw just the right combination of things to block this thing's blood flow, which is already severely asunder. And you watch as this thing stumbles back and forth, just swinging wildly into the air, not hitting anything, breaking stalagmites down and just sending the scattered pieces all across the floor, until finally it starts to slow and then collapses in a heap.
Oh, heck yeah.
Man, that was actually easier than expected. Good job, team.
I think it was probably easier to defeat than the demon we fought.
That's because our rolls were kicking our ass when we were fighting the demon.
Yeah.
Shall I remind you of the crit fail I made?
Right? Holy shit.
Man, that was a fun fight, guys.
Go team! Go team!
Just to put you on the same page, or just to let you know I was on the same page, because I was thinking about drawing off of your abilities and your looking for a word. Your creativity. I was going to draw off that when you threw the frozen ice up there. If you didn't kill him, I was going to do something similar and have all the ice in his, that was embedded in his body. I was going to draw it through his body by controlling the moisture in the ice, just to further drive those nails home and cause as much ripping and tearing damage as I could with those.
Yeah, as sorry, we'll talk about this after the game's over.
We got to get out of this cave.
So in the chat, I just sent you guys an image of what this thing actually looks like now that you can actually take a good observation of it without it trying to kill you.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, he's ugly.
That was badass.
Ugly, might I add.
Bugly.
Boo!
Can I
loot his
actually
corpse?
can I take a closer look at it and see if I actually managed to burn its eyes?
You want to risk that?
Yes.
Don't do it, Luna.
Let's see. Go ahead and make a body saving throw for me, Luna.
Oh boy.
There goes the pen. I just threw it.
Fucking hell. Hey.
Pass that again. Yes.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you take a look at your handiwork and you see that, oh yeah, you're coming up along one side. That one eye is totally just mangled and gone. But then as you kind of round its head and start to take a look at the other side, you catch yourself and you're like, oh, nope. As you see that, even still in death, the oscillating, strange hex pattern kaleidoscope of the other eye is still relatively intact.
Can I throw a fireball at it?
I'm gonna make you a magic check just because you're trying to do it without looking.
So you already do what?
Wait, what?
I said I'm gonna make you make a magic check for it just because you're trying to do it without looking at it.
That passes.
Fucking hell.
So you effectively are able to burn away the other eye and make it ineffectual. So it is now safe to observe this carapace.
You're welcome, everybody. Now you can loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna loot him. See if there's anything useful in his body.
Anybody who wants to take a look can make a What is this gonna be?
The killer doesn't even
cleverness.
care. He just fucking rolled for it.
Cleverness check.
Cleverness? Oh yeah, I passed.
That's a
Yeah,
I'll
big
try it.
success.
Well.
Man.
I crit passed.
Why not?
So, yeah, it's a momentum for you.
I'm about to take my momentum.
I passed it.
I definitely did not.
Oh, I passed.
Nope.
Hey, you know what? I
So-
wasn't that far off, though, to be fair.
For anyone who had a success, you have a couple of options. You can either A, take an Umber Hulk plate, B, gather a vial of the Umber liquid, or the Umber venom, I should call it, the black ichor that's just oozing out of this thing perpetually.
Ooh.
Or you can take an Umber Fang, which is one of the mandibles, the four mandibles that are sticking out of its face.
I'll take a
I'm gonna
thing.
I'm gonna take a vial of the ichor.
I'm gonna take a vial of the ichor as well.
Okay, mark those down on your sheets.
I'm gonna take the umber plate.
Taking jack shit.
I just want to make note though, guys. Had it not died and it rolled back around to me, there was going to be some blood binding going on just to see if we could ride this badass bitch out of the hole.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it.
Dead serious.
What?
I didn't give a shit if it was going to survive once we got out of the hole, but I was going to fucking blood bind the fucker.
That would have been pretty interesting.
I have 5 health. I could be able to do it and not end up dying if I rolled a 4. So I was like, I'm gonna blood bind it. See if we can't ride this blood trucker out of here.
There you go.
Should have did that. We should have did that. Damn it.
I didn't know how strong it was, so the first time around, I was like, well, let's see if we can't hit it. We're gonna have to blind it either way, because...
So, you guys finish collecting your rewards, spoils of war.
Woohoo!
Where do we
And-
note that at?
Just down to one of your assets.
In one of
Yeah,
the
you can
assets.
use one of them as a
Inventory.
temporary, like your inventory spot, just kind of keeping track of miscellaneous stuff you collect.
My
Okay.
inventory is hella full, so I just keep adding it to a new box.
Yeah, there's gonna be a system to keep track of that in the beta version.
Oh shit!
What'd you do?
Oh, I really need to stop forgetting about my shark hide armor.
Oh man, gotta keep track of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, as you finish collecting your rewards, you notice and hear the echoing of more ticking further up the cavern.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Apparently, there might have been a family of these lingering in this area.
Oh, damn.
Papa?
Can we please leave before they show up?
I agree.
Let's get the fuck out.
So you guys prepare to try and sneak your way through to try and see if you can't circumnavigate your way around an encounter with something that may be even twice as big as what you just fought.
I'm
you make your
sorry.
You're
Did
saying
you
this
say
was a small
twice
one?
as big?
Well, you have no idea if this was a fully grown one or just a young one.
I want to make note to whoever said, man, that was easy. This is what you get. Right here.
You know what? Leon will stay quiet for the rest of the campaign.
You're not allowed to have a Staples button right now.
Will they encounter something even worse? Will they survive and make it back to see the sunlight? All this we will find out next time in the Journeys Across Allocke.
So the Dragon Ball Z.